started a multi-million dollar clothing brand in college with my cousin in a garage with $9,000 between the two of us. I think a lot of people think that you need a lot of money to start a business. That's absolutely bullshit, especially if it's your first time doing anything. If this is your first time being an entrepreneur, if this is your first time building anything, creating anything, or most importantly, selling anything, you absolutely should start with less money because that forces you to get creative, just as we had to. If you're a seasoned veteran entrepreneur and you've started 10 businesses, yeah, then you can go out and raise a ton of money, or you can borrow money or take out loans, and you can probably still be successful. But if you have no idea what you're doing whatsoever, money is not gonna fix that for you. If anything, it's gonna make you make worse decisions because you're gonna think that it's gonna fix your problems. What we did was we got together, my cousin and I, we said, we can't find workout clothes that feel good, that make us look good, and most importantly, we can't find a brand that we identify with. Nothing out there speaks to us, nothing resonates with us. So we went and did it ourselves. We started this brand Squid Hos. I'll give you a little background. The term Squid Hos is essentially a metaphor for transforming. You have this word squid, which essentially means like loser, nerd, beginner. And then you have the term Hos or house, which means winner, confident, stud. That guy knows what he's doing. So when you put these two terms together, squid and Hos, you get this metaphor going from beginner to winner, aka transformation. So our brand is all about transforming. We truly believe fitness is the easiest first step in order to build whatever kind of life you want, because once you start showing up for yourself in the gym and once you start to see those results, if I put the time in and if I work hard, I get something out, you can translate that to everywhere else in your life. Anyway, we can't find a brand that we resonate with, so we go and do it ourselves. We put together every penny we had. I'll be honest, I got my $5,000 from selling Viagra and alcohol in my fraternity room. And I probably shouldn't say that, but I want to be honest here. So we put our money together, we start this business. We get some samples online. In the early days, it was so poorly made. I went through like 7 different manufacturers just to find one that I liked. Finally, after months and months and months, I ordered, I think it was 400 pairs. I get them a couple months later. I literally go to my fraternity house. I pull up, back my car into the driveway. I open it up. I pull out all these boxes during our weekly chapter meeting on Monday and I go, yo, who wants to buy some workout shorts? I think I sold like 50, so maybe like 20% of my total stock. But it gave me a little bit of money. And with that money, I could go start the website and I could start talking about it on social media. At this same time, I started building a social media platform. I started documenting my journey as a young entrepreneur and I started talking about issues that a lot of guys struggled with, but just didn't want to be open about. Like no one was talking about the stuff that I was talking about back in the early days. And if you've been here since then, I appreciate you. But since I was in a fraternity and since I was a leader in that fraternity, I was fraternity president, I found myself at kind of the center of a lot of young guys coming to me for advice. And a lot of times these are really sensitive issues. So I would talk about that stuff on social media and I started to build this very, very cult-like following. That following quickly transitioned into sales for my brand. We sold the first 400 or 500 pairs in a couple of months and then we went back and we ordered more. We sold out of that, then we went back and ordered more again. And we pretty much flipped shorts into $600,000 worth of revenue in year 1. And then we started coming out with new products, tank tops, sweats, hoodies, workout tees. And we're coming up on the end of year 2 now. And we'll probably do somewhere between 1.7 and 1.9, we'll call it 1.8 million in sales this year. So we've built a clothing brand from $9,000 in a garage to 1.8 million in a little over 2 years. You know, people ask me all the time, they'll DM me like, how do you run your ads? How do you do your supply chain? In the beginning, I did all of this myself and I was terrible at it. And I made a lot of mistakes and I lost a lot of money. But once you start to grow, you need to realize I need to bring on people that are better than me. Like I'm not good at anything, to be honest, aside from yapping. But what I'm really good at is building a team. And so I know that if I can tell my story and I can do a good enough job at it, hopefully I can get the right people to join, to hop on the train and come with us to what I believe is gonna be the chosen land, right? I believe this is gonna be fucking huge, but I need to do a really good job at selling that vision in order for people to wanna come on and quit their job and take a risk and get paid less and work for me and trying to blow this brand up because we know that it can be something awesome. So right now we have about 9 employees. Some of them are part-time, some of them are full-time. man. You also work with a ton of agencies, a ton of contractors. But those are the guys that really drive the business, right? I don't really know how to run ads that well. If you're watching this, I recommend you do try and figure that out on your own, because that's the core of your business once you start to scale. But anyway, you need to get really good at finding people who are good at the things you suck at. That's the name of the game. That's what the best CEOs and entrepreneurs do. They find others who succeed in the areas that they lack in. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you do that? Most people are probably going to tell you like LinkedIn, but I think LinkedIn is fucking ass. Like, there's nothing valuable on LinkedIn. You can't tell on LinkedIn if someone is the head manager of custodial services at this organization or a fucking janitor. And I got nothing against janitors. I'm just saying that's a little misleading. You know what I mean? So I don't use LinkedIn anymore for shit. And I get DM'd by college students all the time like, yo, can I have a job? My name's John Jones. I'm a 19-year-old at the University of Arizona, sophomore year, studying business economics at Eller School of Management. I don't give a fuck. You haven't done anything. You would have a better chance at working for me simply just by DMing me saying like, hey man, you kind of suck at this. I can do it better. Let's hop on a call and I'll go over it. Or maybe even drop me a little sauce in the DMs. Like, these are the first couple things that I would change if I were you. I'm not trying to charge you anything, just trying to help you out. That's gonna get me curious. That's gonna make me want to reach back out and say, I want to work with this guy. And that's pretty much how every single one of our employees from day one has gotten a job here at Squid Hos. It's been either people that have DM'd me or that I have DM'd. That's it. And that's the beauty about having a personal platform. And if you watch my content, you know that I'm the biggest advocate for this ever. The way the world is moving, you need to have a personal brand. Why would you not want to have a personal brand, right? If you're young, if you're getting after it, record it, right? People talk about like journaling, talking about your thoughts. Record it. Talk about what you're going through. Post it online, because at a bare minimum, at least you documented everything. And when you are successful one day, you'll get to go back and watch that and see that. Maybe you share with your kids. Maybe you go back and watch it yourself and relive those glory days, literally, because the early days when you're building stuff are gonna be the most fun. It's also gonna be the most difficult and the most stressful, but they are gonna be the most fun. And you're gonna look back on this and wish you took more videos. I've made over 10,000 short form videos since I started TikTok 3 years ago, and I wish I had made more. But the beauty about making content is it makes the world smaller. When I first started my business, even though I was the fraternity president, even though I had like literally the coolest group of friends in college, I had a very spoiled college experience. I was very lonely because no one around me was building businesses. I didn't have anyone I could talk to. I had all these cool people that I would go out and drink with every fucking day, but I didn't have anyone I could talk to or pitch ideas to or ask for advice. And when I tried, they wouldn't understand. They just wanted to gamble and play sports and watch TV and play video games. And that wasn't really my thing. And so as soon as I started posting on social media, even though I got a lot of hate, a lot of people talk shit, a lot of people thought it was cringy, whatever you want to call it, the world got smaller. And soon a lot of young entrepreneurs started reaching out to me saying, yo, let's hop on the phone, let's talk. I even met people that I went on trips with before even meeting them in person, simply because we got along so well over the DMs or over the phone. And now we're great friends. Some of them my best friends. Some of these guys I feel like I've known my entire life because of how similar we are, even though we met less than 2 years ago. My point here is, if you're doing anything cool whatsoever, share it with the world. Maybe 9 out of 10 people are gonna think you're an idiot and they're gonna talk shit, bro, that's fine. They're talking shit because they have nothing going on in their lives. That doesn't mean what you're doing is a bad idea. It means they don't understand what a good idea is. And all you need is one person to think it's sick to find the perfect partner, a great new friend. Think about it, bro. Like, is the first girl that you're ever gonna meet the one that you stay with for the rest of your life? No. You're probably gonna have 5 or 6 girlfriends, 20, 30 flings before you find the ideal partner. And so the more you can put yourself out there, the more options you're gonna get, the better chance at success you're gonna have, and the better options you're gonna have long term for sure. I'm just getting started. I'm 23 years old and I've been starting businesses for a while, but I've only been documenting it for about 3 years or so. Think about where this is gonna be 10 years from now. I'm gonna have the most reach in the world because I'm one of the only guys that started recording the day he started his business. I'm not like these other guys that build their business and then they sell it for a ton of money and they drop a podcast and they write a book and all that after. That's great, but that's not really that valuable, because a lot of times the tactics that helped you blow up your business don't work anymore if it was 20 years ago. People want to see you going through it now. They want to be able to relate to you, and it's not that easy to relate to someone who's 50 years old who's already sold his company. Point is, start early, start documenting it, talk to as many people as you can, fail as often as you can, and you are bound to be successful. It's just a matter of time. That's what you need to tell yourself every single day. And if you are young, if you are going through something, if you're trying to build something, do something cool, and you do feel lonely or isolated, I made a Discord just for people like you. We have about 5,000 members in there. Free to join, not trying to sell you anything. There's no upsells in there. There's no offer. I simply made this because of what I went through when I was in college. And at the end of the day, like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you're on your own journey, if you're ambitious, even in the slightest, join our Discord below, network in there, meet like-minded people. Who knows? Your future business partner might be in there. Make sure to subscribe and then comment anything you guys want to hear more about. I made this channel just for you guys, whether it's business advice, life advice, relationships advice, whatever. I'm completely an open book, and I just do this because I want to provide information that I wish I could hear yesterday. So leave them in the comments below. But thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.